Using the ground cleanup filter is a little tricky to explain, so I'm going to demonstrate it in a short video. First, notice that we've got some areas where ground was definitely not identified as ground. So we've got some large gray patches that clearly include some bare ground surface. So I've zoomed in and I'm going to open the profile window just so we can see this a little bit more clearly. And I'm going to draw a profile across this roadway. Okay, and I'll display by class in the profile window. So this hump needs to be classified as ground. So we can use this local ground cleanup filter to do that. I've set up a task called add ground points according to the instructions that were given in the lab. Next, I'm going to encircle the area that I want to edit with a polygon. Let me pan over a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to get the execute point cloud task by polygon tool. And you always want to digitize your polygons in a clockwise direction. So I'm going to just start, I'm not going to be very exact for the purposes of the demo, but I'm just going to start digitizing a polygon on the ground surface surrounding this area that I think is misclassified. So I'm putting my points now on the ground surface. And those are going to be the boundary seed points. Okay, and when I finished, we could ignore the profile window jumping around at the moment. And when I am finished with my polygon, I'm going to double click to close it. Now notice a message has come up in the profile window saying select one or more 3D points within the defined area, double click to complete. So at this point we want to go and select some areas or put points in some areas where we have ground surface that has not been properly classified. So I'm going to do this in the data view, and I'm going to just left click, and notice the profile window jumps over, and I can see in the profile window the yellow line indicates the location that I've digitized, and the yellow dot, the yellow point, indicates where it's going to put the ground surface. So I can keep jumping along on that road surface and placing points on the ground. I'm just checking in the profile window to make sure it's actually on the ground. And I can do some more down the other side. And when I've got a fair number, I can double click to complete, and now it's going to actually run the point cloud task. So it's using the boundary points around the polygon. Those have been identified as ground, and then it's saying these other points that I digitized are also ground. Now make the ground fit that new profile. Okay, let me do this over in this other area where there's some vegetation. I'm going to begin again by drawing my polygon. And I'm going to go around, around to the right. And again, I'm not going to be too judgmental here. I'm just going to go kind of quickly so I can do the demo. Double click. All right, so I'm going to be editing the area inside that polygon, and now go place my new ground points. So I'm going to pick some open areas, and notice again, look in the profile window to see where the ground point is being located. Now see, in this case, maybe that point's a little bit above the ground, and I don't really like where I've placed that. I can go into the profile window and just click again to change the elevation of that point. And again, if I happen to place a point in an area where, oh, here it got caught on top of some vegetation, again, I can go down the profile window and click again to change the elevation of the point interactively. All right, and then when I have a good selection of ground points, I can go ahead and double click and again process the block.